The second part of the lesson is finding the exterior angles of a triangle. The exterior angles are on the outside of a triangle, and they make a straight line with the interior angles. So this would be your exterior angle. This would be exterior. Y in this example would be exterior, but X is not. And the reason X isn't is because it's not along that straight line here. It's across from it. There is a shortcut, but I think the easiest way for you to be able to figure these out is to still work with the fact that a triangle adds up to 180. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out X. I'm going to add 21 and 77 together, and that gives me 98, and I'm going to subtract that from 180, and that gives me 82. So this angle here is going to be 82 degrees. Once I know that, here I have a straight line, so I know that 82 plus y has to equal 180. And when I subtract now the 82 from 180, 180 minus 82, I get 98. Some of you hopefully realize that this 98 we saw already, and it was when we added these two angles together. The shortcut is that this exterior angle is always equal to the sum of the two remote interior angles, they're called. However, you can always figure it out by finding this whole triangle and then using your straight line. In this example here, we have 39 plus 52. That gives us 91. We subtract that from 180 and we get 89. So y would be 89. Here you have a straight line again. So x plus 89 has to equal 180. And when you subtract 89, you get back to 91, which we had when we added these two angles together. In this example, I'm going to start the same way. I'm going to add 47 and 18. So 47 plus 18 gives me 65. I subtract from 180, and I get this angle Z to be 115. And that's because a triangle adds up to 180, a triangle adds up to 180. Here, hopefully you recall from either your foldable or chapter 1 that these are vertical angles, and vertical angles have to be equal. So this angle here would be 115 as well. And then to figure out y, here's your straight line. So y plus 115 has to equal 180. Subtract that, and you get 65 for y. One last example, and this looks similar to the first two. So the difference is now I'm going to tell you that this angle here is 110. This angle, I'll make something up as 53, and now I want to figure out x. I didn't put a y here, but I can, and if I do that, hopefully you realize that this is the straight line, so we're kind of working the opposite direction. Here we started with the inside of the triangle and worked our way out. Now we're going to start with this outside. The y in the 110, and only y in 110, this x isn't part of the straight line, has to equal 180. So when I subtract 110 from both sides, I get y is equal to 70. So here's 70. And now here's your triangle, and the triangle has to equal 180. So now we're going to have 53 plus 70. That gives me 123 minus 180, and that leaves you with 57 for this angle. So 53 plus the 70 we found plus x has to equal 180 because it's a triangle. So this was the 123, and then when we subtracted, that's where 57 came from.